If you're 10th level and now your agility is 13, you get a +3 to your roll, so now you're more likely to climb that rope, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
And
actually nice.
it's also just very simple. It's 10. You don't have to have a chart. You don't have to look it up. You don't have to go on a, all right, they're the party level 7, difficulty 12. That means they need a 19. No, we don't need all that crap. Just put a number.
That's much simpler.
Yeah, so, all right. Well, come on, boys, get here.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm hoping at least the guy that's at work is arriving soon.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because he's talked to me like 3 or 4 times, but about making it tonight, and told me that he would be able to run them. I talked to him already twice today on chat on Roll20 messages, so I know he's coming. Well, I think he is.
I mean, that would be quite sad, like, because I saw the thread on the LFG forums when I think on the second run we already have like 7 people who want to be in.
Right. And I'm not even sure when that one will be, and by the time we do it, some of those people might not be interested, but I wanted to keep everybody in a one spot where I could keep a list, so but yeah, so.
Yep. By the way, what's maximum level cap for characters in this game?
Right now it's 10. There is rules that aren't published yet for taking characters above 10, but it's more in like an overseer role. So if you get to level 10 or you exceed level 10 in the future, you might become you might run a thieves guild. And so you would actually be the boss, and then you would be running a level 0 or level 1 character that might be employed by the Thieves Guild, so that whenever your low-level guy goes up, so does your high-level guy, and he gets new little toys and things to play with on a more socio-economic level. It would allow for people going to war with each other, leading armies, running churches, being a master of the Inquisition, those kind of things.
Damn, sounds very interesting.
Thank you. So and there are so many options from 1 to 10 that it's going to, most people shouldn't get bored going 1 to 10 a couple of times until those rules come out. Especially since most level 10s probably can't beat the biggest monsters in the book anyway. They will like to get to level 10 and keep trying.
Okay, so I'm interested, like, what are the big guns in terms of monsters in this game? Like, can you throw me an example? Like, is this like typical Shadow Touch dragon, or
dragons are big and scary, but there's very, very few of them, so you don't see them often. Demons are the really big thing, because what the Demon Lord releases into the world to cause evil is demons, and since he's the big bad guy, his monsters are all basically, so, if you kind of look at like, you don't really have these, but let's say there was a level 1 monster. The toughest level 1 monster to fight would be a demon of all of the other level 1 monsters, because they get they're things that when he did the math to make everything balanced, he bumped all of the demons up the chart 1 notch in order to make them the scariest thing in the game.
Well, makes sense after all. It's,
right. Yeah, and that's what it's supposed to be for. And so, but there's some, like any game, a lot of the monsters can be big and scary in their own right. Giants are really cool. One of the best things I think he came up with is when a giant attacks with his club. Normally, like in Dungeons and Dragons, he hits one guy, right?
Yep.
Well, in this game, he hits an area. So he might hit an area, and it might actually hit 3 people if they're close enough to each other. So the giant's club is so big, it's like an area. It's like an AOE.
And it makes a bloody sense. In Pathfinder or D&D, you basically need like cliff feet or something.
So you have to make it, and so, but if you look at a monster that's 20 feet tall swinging a tree trunk, he's going to hit more than one person. So why not just let him do it? Make it cool. Give every bad guy one little cool thing they get to do so that so players remember that. And they're like, holy crap, it's a giant. Spread out. We have to stay apart.
Yeah, I like that, like this sort of tactical play, like. Yeah,
I'm a tactical person. I was kind of I always fought for the tactics for when he was doing his game. Everything that has to do with on a battle map or on a grid is because I yelled at him. He doesn't like using a grid, the guy who designed it. So.
Yeah, I read
But
it. Sorry, right now I don't remember the name, but I had. He's the one who also was lead designer for 5th edition of D&D, I think. As I
he
read
is.
on Wiki, I think.
Yes, yeah. Robert Schwalb. He did 5th edition. He was one of the main 3 for 5th. He worked on 4th. He worked on 3.5 as an outside contractor, and he worked with Warhammer 2nd edition. He did design on that. And what was the last? Oh, and Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. He did that one too. Those are his main big 5. He has a bookshelf that is just packed of things that he's got his name on, though. He's been doing it forever now.
Yeah, he's kind of like.
All right, I'm going to give these guys about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're just going to jump in and see how we can just kind of teach the game a little bit. I'm going to run to the restroom and hope that while I'm gone, they show up.
Yep, that's perfect. Food's about to be ready in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, cool.